Our entire family was involved in the Seva activities happening in Manivakam in the year 1983. Swami told, my students can use this hand. You can stretch your hand and be a job generator. Myself and Mala ma'am, during our childhood days, we would be like Tom and Jerry, okay? With Bhagwan inspiring his students to take up projects that were close to his heart. Hi my dear friends, I'm sure you watched the recap of what I had spoken in the previous episode. It is just a gist, okay? In case you missed watching that, the link will be given and you can go and watch the entire episode, okay? So now let us continue with our story. The next major one happened the next year, major decision, and we came hunting for houses, and that is when we discovered that houses didn't have a restroom at all here. There was just one house that was built brand new, means for rent. Probably people had their own house in which restrooms were there. I think in second main road it was there, and it was just one room. I think it is the size of this room. Our house was just this much, and kitchen is from here to here, probably that much only. Like one person can stand in the kitchen, and there's another room in front, and there is one more room in the middle. Like I couldn't, all were interconnected. It's like just one room, okay? And none of our furniture would fit into that room. Raju sir, all of you must be knowing, his mother was staying there, and so they left me there. She was such a loving lady, okay? So she was taking care of me, and the rest of my family shifted to Otteri. But still, I had no contact or connection with the school. I would come during weekends to be with my family. Both my sisters and my father were slogging it out. We also started this concept of having some students in the hostel. Hostel is not separate. We had another portion in which the students would stay, and that's how Praveen, Vikram and all his cousins stayed here. So those were the times. So my mother had to cook for all of them, and in this house, imagine. So the decision to start the school actually reversed everything. We could not collect much fees. I think I remember it must have been 5 rupees or 10 rupees at that time, which we collected, and that also the people were not able to afford. But we have to pay salaries for all the teachers, and that time there were so many of our friends who were there in the Balvikas. They all pitched in and they offered to work at least for a year or two, as long as they can, no? Because even they have their commitments. But it was very nice of them to come and work in the school, come all the way from there and spend the entire day, give good quality education and then go back. Our heart is filled with gratitude for all the teachers who were there in the initial stages when we could not afford a good salary, but they gave their best. I think if at all I have to tell something with pride, the quality of education that we offered right from the beginning, right from the first year till now, has been something that has been growing. Never it was lacking. So the first year when we were running the school, there were a lot of problems, as I told you, and at the end of the year our family was blessed with an interview from Bhagwan, in which Swami went on to say to my father, he said, every month 7th Varche you have sleepless nights, because we used to give salary on 7th. So Swami said, you are not at all able to sleep because you are thinking like from where the money will come, how am I going to pay the salary for the teachers. Then he said, running a school in a village, it is not a joke. Then my father told Swami, should we close the school then? Then at that means even before my father could complete this, we had a tray. Swami used to bless, no? So we took a tray for the interview room, and Swami put his hand on the tray and he said, no, that is also my school. I will take care of the school. Like he put his hand on the plate and he was telling this, why fear when I am here? I will take care of the school. And Swami went on to tell something that was so profound. He said, a single flower cannot make a garland. I will send the flowers to make the garland of Vidyalaya. So the thing is, this statement is just one statement, but I think from the year 1986 till today, and I am sure the way ahead also, innumerable instances we are going to keep thinking of this sentence, which Swami just casually mentioned. But of course the assurance that he said, why fear when I am here, I will take care of the school. I think that is the foundation on which the edifice of Sri Vidyalaya is going to sustain forever. So this interview was one moral boost for us to continue with our work. And after I finished my 12th standard, another thing is they took a decision that either you study in the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning or you don't do your college at all. Like I was thinking I should do my BCom and then do the MBA course, because that was very famous, means that was really supposed to be the course. Okay, school is there. I didn't even think I have to be a part of the school. So this was running in my mind. Okay, anyway, I enrolled for arts, and 5 years I completed my course, and they wanted us to join back as teaching faculty in the institute. So I went to the administrative block. It is such an imposing building, okay, and there if you have to meet and talk to Mr. Chakravarti sir, like it is something very scary. It was very scary for me. I went through the entire interview and it went on very well, and of course I had to tell him in the end, actually Swami has inspired our family to start a school, and we are running a school in the rural area in Otteri. Actually there is this problem that because it is so remote and there is no access to that place, we don't have a railway station or we don't have a bus stand there, so it is very difficult to get teachers, and my 2 sisters are working there. Sir, what should I do? Swami was there physically during that time. Forget all the other posts and all. Just to be there and be a faculty in Swami's institute is a blessing that we can get. But it was my duty to tell what my family background was. So I told sir, this is the scenario in which I am. Then sir thought for a while and he said, you are telling that your family is running a school, and that too in a rural area, and it's difficult to source teachers. Here it is not at all a problem for us to get staff. It is an opportunity for the person who is coming. But the institute will not definitely suffer. But I feel your role in the school is really vital. But of course, I would leave the decision to you. Then at that moment, I do not know, Swami must have inspired me to tell this. I said, sir, I think it is my duty to go back and join my family. This is the thing which we have taken up, so I think it's best for me to go there. And with sir's blessings and guidance, I came back to the school. And yet, the practical problems are there, no? Understand this, like my father, he was working in Grindlay's bank, he gave up his job and his health was deteriorating. And what is the source of money for all of us? There is nothing at all, absolutely, because if we had earned elsewhere, probably we would have got a salary. But when it is our own school, the amount that is coming was not even sufficient to pay the salary. So imagine our family. So I remember those years, initial years, when we wouldn't celebrate functions also, because we wouldn't have the money to buy the clothes, and forget about ornaments or other things. No outings, no entertainment, no new dresses, no celebrations, only working. So my dear friends, that was the gist of our life, full of struggles, a lot of uncertainties clouding our mind. What do you think will be the future for all of us? Do you think we will succeed in our mission? Do you think there is a ray of hope for us? Let us stay tuned and let us find out. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.